Brothers and sisters, this month is Dhul Hijjah month. It will be starting probably coming Monday, inshallah, or Tuesday. Depend on this month is 29 days or 30 days. So whenever this month comes, Dhul Hijjah month, there are some of the actions, a'mal we have. Some of the ibadat is very special. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al-Fajr, wal-Fajr wal-Layalin Ashr. He said, by the dawn, by the 10 nights, which is the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, very blessed one. That is a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيها أحب إلى الله من هذه الأيام يعني أيام العشر. قالوا يا رسول الله ولا الجهاد في سبيل الله؟ قال ولا الجهاد في سبيل الله إلا رجل خرج بنفسه وماله فلم يرجع من ذلك بشيء. There are no days during which the righteous action, the ibadat, are so pleasing to Allah than these days, the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. He was asked, O Messenger of Allah, not even jihad in the cause of Allah? He replied, not even jihad in the cause of Allah, except in case one goes forth with his life and his property in the battlefield and does not return with either of it. So this is the month of Dhul Hijjah. 10 days is coming next Monday or next Tuesday. For 10 days, it is a special slot after Ramadan. There are many amal is recommended, fasting, recitation of Qur'an, adhkar, dua, takbirat, all these are recommended. In a hadith came, كان صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يدع صيام تسع ذي الحجة. Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was never missing the 9 days of Dhul Hijjah. And Abdul ibn Umar radiallahu anhu used to fast all 9 days. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, إذا دخل العشر اجتهد اجتهادا حتى ما يكاد يقدر عليه. About him narrated that Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu will be doing so much ibadah that he will be doing so much hard work, he can't do beyond that, cannot do any more. Until that he will continue. He also said, لا تطفئ سرجكم ليالي العشر تعجبه العبادة. That never extinguish the lamps at your home in these nights, meaning be awake of making some of the time of the portion of the night in ibadah, reciting Qur'an, all these, and more especially, as Ibn Rajab rahimahullah said, احذروا المعاصي فإنها تحرم المغفرة في مواسم الرحمة. Be aware of committing sin in this blessed time, because committing sin in the blessed time will make you deprived, you miss totally Allah's rahmah and mercy. So then this is the month of Dhul Hijjah, and takbir is also amal will start, I know, first day of Arafat after Fajr, but from the very beginning of Dhul Hijjah, takbir is also recommended. Sahabi Abu Hurairah, Abdul ibn Umar used to go to the market even to remind people about takbirat of Dhul Hijjah by saying, walking a bit loudly, saying a bit loudly, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. Now we're coming to issue of the Qurbani, of the sacrifice in the 8th day, 10th day, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded in the Qur'an, فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. Pray for your Lord and sacrifice to Him. So this is the ayah of the Qur'an giving us command of Qurbani. He also said in Surah Hajj number 34, وَلِكُلِّ أُمَّةٍ مَنْسَكًا لِيَذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَى مَا رَزَقَهُم مِّن بَهِيمَةِ الْأَنْعَامِ. And for every religious community, we have appointed a rite of sacrifice that they may mention the name of Allah over what He has provided them of sacrificial animals. So slaughtering the animal with the name of Allah, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, itself is a big ibadah, is a big kind of ritual worship itself, because mushrikun, the polytheists, they do slaughter by the name of their deities, and we do slaughter with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the sacrifice is for those who can do is a very good amal. Many of the ulama said it is wajib, although many other scholars said it is sunnah mu'akkada. However, if you give, it is very, very rewardful, because that's it will be given reward against every hair in the body of this animal, as came in some of the hadith. So do the Qurbani for yourself first, and then you're allowed to do Qurbani more if you have the ability on behalf of your parents, even they are alive or they are dead, is still allowed to give Qurbani. Some people say it's not allowed to give Qurbani on behalf of the amwat, on behalf of the dead. That's not true. It is allowed. Imam Ibn Qayum rahmatullahi said all scholars agreed that Qurbani is allowed on behalf of the dead people. And there is another hadith which Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiyallahu anhu said, قال كان الرجل يضحي بالشاة عنه وعن أهل بيته فيأكلون ويطعمون حتى تباهى الناس فصارت كما ترى. This Sahabi said a man would sacrifice a sheep or goat for himself and the people in his household. They would eat from it and feed others until the people later would boast about it, and it become as you can see now. So it as if he's discouraging people not to do more than one Qurbani. That is true. If you want to boast yourself, showing off how many Qurbani you do, that is in your mind, of course it's absolutely wrong to do this. However, if you are doing Qurbani, giving sacrifice sending to the Syrian refugees, to Yemen, to people of Rohingya refugees, to many other parts of the world, in your own country, there are whole village people who are waiting whole year. Believe me, many Muslims in many parts of the world cannot buy 1 kilogram of the meal during the whole year. 1 kilogram of the meat. They are waiting all these years for getting Qurbani meat, to test the meat, how it is. So if you send to them after giving your Qurbani with your family, alhamdulillah, it's very good practice. So this hadith should not stop you. There are many other hadith. So we need to follow all these. So if we giving the masakin, fuqara, those who are poor, those who are refugees and suffering from all this opportunity of buying their even meat for them to provide, it is a good khidmah. That's why scholars agreed that giving Qurbani is much more rewardful than general charity. Giving money charity is good, rewardful, but the Qurbani is much more rewardful than giving Qurbani as a charity, comparing to the giving money as charity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that be sincere when you give Qurbani. If it is showing off, then of course Allah will not accept it. He said, لَنْ يَنَالَ اللَّهَ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ تَقْوَى مِنْكُمْ. That their meat will not reach Allah, nor will their blood. But what reaches Him is piety from you. This piety is sincerity. Piety is for the sake of Allah, not showing off, not boasting yourself. No, for the sake of Allah. So that is ibadah. So this is a very special ibadah, distinct ibadah. If we have ability, we must do it. And if you can do more than one, good as well. I recommend people here, living here, give one here to your family, your children will enjoy, will witness Qurbani, and they know this is a ritual, this is some kind of rites of our Qurbani we enjoy. And also give one, at least send back to your poor people, poor relatives who are expecting and waiting from you to give a Qurbani. Alhamdulillah, at least send one to them. So both way you are covering her, your family, and over there is your relatives who are poor. When month of Dhul Hijjah starts, another very important masala to learn, إذا أرأيتم هلال ذي الحجة وأراد أحدكم أن يضحي فليمسك عن شعره وأظفاره. When you see the new moon of Dhul Hijjah and one of you intends to make sacrifice, he must not shave or trim his hair or clip his nails. Don't cut your nails, neither your hair of the body, and you from the day one you stop it. So if you need to do that, or do before Dhul Hijjah month starts. It is allowed to be 7 people can even share in one cow. But not necessarily always 7 is needed. You can give one name in Qurbani, give 2, you can 3, it could be 4, 5. So, but maximum you can give is 7. And if you are giving one Qurbani only, then mention your name only. Don't mention anybody else's name of the family members. However, you can share them in the Qurbani without mentioning their name. Like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. He said, Allahumma hadha an Muhammad wa an Ali Muhammad. Allah, this goat, this sheep I'm doing Qurbani is on behalf of Muhammad and his family. His family is generic sense. As a wholesale, it is allowed to mention. But he didn't mention Safiya or Zainab or Aisha, anybody he didn't mention. He just mentioned his name, but he included all family members. In general, it is allowed in one name.